Alright, let's work through the example, page 44, number 1. Heather and Matthew walk with an average velocity of 0.98 meters per second eastward. Alright, so I'm going to write this down. V average equals 0.98 meters per second eastward. And it says, if it takes them 34 minutes to walk to the store, what is their displacement? So now I'm going to write that it takes them 34 minutes. So some variable is going to be equal to 34 minutes. And we should call that variable delta t, or time interval. And then it asks, what is their displacement? So we're going to say displacement equals question mark. So this is what you should do when you're doing problem solving like this. You should write down the given information. Now we would ask ourselves, well, how do these variables relate to each other? And we do have this equation, which is that displacement equals V average times time. If you want to think about this equation as well related to the lab work we did, and now we can substitute in the values that we know. So this 0.98 is going to go in for this V. 34 minutes is going to go in for this T. And let's see what we have at that point. 0.98 meters per second times 34 minutes. And looking at this, I see a bit of a problem. And that problem is that this variable here, so I mean this units of seconds is not the same as this units of minutes. So normally we'd like these units to be the same. We always want them to be the same because they need to cancel out. So somehow we need to convert 34 minutes into seconds. So we're going to do that up to the side. Actually, we'll do it up here. So we can do a conversion factor, multiply by a conversion factor. We have minutes on top. We're going to put minutes on bottom and seconds on top. Now the minutes are going to cancel, and we have 60 seconds is 1 minute. If we multiply 60 times 34, we get 2,040 seconds. Now we can take this and we can multiply 0.98 meters per second times 2,040 seconds. This is great because now the seconds will cancel. And our answer at this point is 1999.2. And I am going to round this to 2 sig figs, because when I look at these numbers here, 98 has 2 sig figs, so does 34. So I'm going to round this answer to 2 sig figs, and I'm going to end up writing it like this, 2000. Actually, a more correct way to show this as 2 sig figs would be 2.0 times 10 to the third. And the units, of course, would be the only units that are left, meters, so that becomes meters. I'm going to put a box around my final answer, and there it is. They would have traveled 2,000 meters, or we could call that 2 kilometers.